Hi, it's Paul Brown here from Wealth21. It's an update for clients on the coronavirus situation. Firstly, just looking at the disclaimer, anything I talk about in here is just general information. If you've got any specific questions relating to your specific circumstances, please give me a call. So there's three aspects really to the impact of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Firstly, from the health aspect, we have guidelines from the government which are all following based on health advice and looking to flatten the curve or basically trying to reduce the number of new cases on a daily basis. Okay. And there's plenty of information on mainstream media with regard to what we need to do. Secondly, from the financial aspect, we've had a lot of volatility in the markets for more than a month now. Central banks have intervened. We've had reductions in interest rates. We've had liquidity into the markets and so on. We still expect there'll be volatility moving forward. Okay, so third aspect is the economic aspect, and that's really where the focus of this communication is. There's the government's economic response and how they're supporting individuals, households and businesses. Firstly, looking at individuals and households. We've got expanded income support for the next 6 months for all existing and new recipients of job seeker payment, which was previously called Newstart, and a range of other allowances. Okay, so that's increased number of payments for a period of time. Okay, secondly, there'll be 2 lump sum cash payments of $750 for pension recipients and eligible concession card holders. And the first of those, and that includes, by the way, Commonwealth Seniors card holders. Okay, so the first of those payments will be after the 31st of March, and the second payment will be after the 13th of July. So we have some fact sheets if you want more information, so please contact us if you need more details on eligibility. Secondly, there's been a provision for temporary early release on superannuation. Okay, so this applies to people who are still working or running small businesses. They haven't retired. They don't have access to draw down from their superannuation because of the preservation requirements. Okay, their super is preserved until retirement. So basically, individuals affected by coronavirus can access up to $10,000 of their superannuation this current financial year, and then a further $10,000 in the next financial year. Okay, so the applications for early release go through the MyGov website. We believe that's from mid-April 2020. Okay, so there's no tax payable on the amount released. And again, if that impacts you, as I said, it impacts people who've suffered financial hardship, losing employment, or if they're self-employed, a significant reduction in business income generally. So please contact us if you need more details on eligibility for that provision. Next, reduction in superannuation pension minimum drawdown. So this applies to people who have retired and are drawing down regular income from superannuation pensions. So there's a temporary reduction in the minimum drawdown by 50% for both this financial year and next financial year. So the reason for this provision, and they've done it before in the GFC, the reason is it reduces the need to see people selling growth assets to fund pension payments, if that's applicable. Now, most of my clients are either conservative or maybe balanced investors, so there's a good amount of cash within the portfolio anyway. So I don't necessarily see the need for people to be selling growth assets to fund pension payments, but if you wish to reduce your pension payment, you can do. It might actually apply. There are some people who even the minimum pension payment is actually more than what they need because they might have other cash resources and so on. So if you want to reduce your pension payments, please contact us. So for example, for people who are aged 65 to 74, the minimum pension drawdown is currently 5% of the balance. That reduces to 2.5% of the balance. So again, contact us if you would like to temporarily reduce your pension payments. Next, the reduction in deeming rates. From 1st of May 2020, the lower deeming rate will be reduced from 1% to 0.25%, and the upper deeming rate reduces to 2.25%. So this is obviously reflecting the lower interest rate environment, and income from savings is lower. Okay, it affects around 565,000 aged pensioners who will receive around $105 per annum more from age pension. So it's not significant, and actually most of the people that we work with, most of you on age pension, probably limited by the assets test rather than the income test. But again, if it applies to you and you want some more detail, please contact us. Just quickly running through the support for businesses, up to $100,000 the government will provide to eligible small, medium-sized businesses that employ people to help them cover overheads and pay staff. Temporary financial relief for financially distressed businesses. That could include deferral of tax liabilities or deferral of enforcement actions. Okay, and there's also some provisions for supporting apprentices and trainees. The big concern with all of the action that we're taking to control the virus is that unemployment rates are likely to spike up. And so the government is trying to find the right balance between doing what's necessary to control the virus and try to limit the economic damage, both short-term and long-term. There's also up to $1 billion to support regional areas most significantly affected by the virus. And the last slide is the support for the flow of credit. So the Reserve Bank of Australia has introduced policies to put downward pressure on borrowing costs for households and businesses. They do that by providing the banks with access to funding to provide fixed interest rate loans. Okay, so and there's also some incentives applying for new loans to small and medium-sized businesses. Okay, the other aspect, the Reserve Bank has also, through monetary policy, reduced the cash rate to 0.25%. They have said that they won't go below 0.25% previously, but they're also targeting a 0.25% yield on the 3-year government bonds, and they do that by actually entering the market and buying bonds to reduce the effective yield. Okay, so that's an update on the various provisions that the government Reserve Bank have introduced. If you've got any questions, please give us a call. Please recognise that the office may only be attended by 1 or maybe 2 people. Okay, so if there's no answer, please leave a message. We'll get back to you as soon as you can. I try to reply. I've given you all of our email addresses there. We try to reply to emails as soon as we can, and that could be a good way to contact us. Doing lots of Zoom meetings at the moment. It's like video conferencing. Not quite as good as catching up in person, but for the moment it works quite well. So in closing, I hope you all stay safe. Please contact us if you need any help with anything, and we will continue to keep you updated. So look after yourselves. Thank you.